Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. I am so excited for today's video. We are doing a new in Bella Barnett try and haul and review style video. You guys know how obsessed I am with them. I've done multiple try and hauls from them in the past and I just absolutely love them as a brand. So I obviously had to come back and show you guys kind of like what's new for 2024 and hopefully give you some kind of spring summer outfit inspo. I've tried to get a variety of different styles, things that would lend itself to different occasions, but everything is really exciting and it's nothing like anything I've ever shown you before, so I absolutely can't wait to get stuck in. Before we get started, I also wanted to mention that I do have a discount code which I will pop on the screen now. That'll get you 15% off your order, so if you do see anything you like in today's video, definitely use the code and save a little bit of money. If you guys would like to see what we've got from Bella Barnett and also get some spring summer outfit inspo, then please keep watching. So we're going to start off with an absolute showstopper of a dress. This is the Halter neck leopard print mini dress and it is just absolutely stunning. The print is this gorgeous kind of leopard print base, but then it has these really cool kind of multicolored floral details running all the way across, so it's kind of a reworked leopard print, almost makes it feel slightly more tropical and slightly more summery. What I love about dresses that have more of like a floral print to them or multicolors to them, you can dress and style them in so many different ways and it makes it slightly less like a one-hit wonder, even though it's quite a wow item, if that makes sense. So as you guys can see, it's got this really gorgeous super deep plunged neckline. The top of the straps is actually fastened together and it's like sewn together, so it isn't actually adjustable, but there is a lot of room there. You've got the two straps kind of fastened together, and then it does have these two longer pieces of material that you can tie into a bow, so you can kind of style the fasten at the back of the neck however you see fit. So then as you work your way down, you've got this gorgeous gold kind of buckle detail. I don't really know how to describe what it is, but it kind of looks like an infinity symbol, and then you've got a really cool kind of like ruching detail underneath, and then I think also the ruching detail repeats on the other side as well. It is a super open deep back, which I love. It has got all those little tiny details and intricate elements that kind of add to the dress as a whole and make it feel slightly more thought out and slightly more tailored. All those little details to me is what really makes up an outfit and makes it feel like the company are really thinking about the products they're producing. You've got an invisible zip that runs quite far down actually, so you do have quite a lot of room and ease getting this dress on. One thing that I would say is that this material, although it's quite like nice and slinky and soft, it hasn't got a lot of stretch to it, and personally I think I could have done with sizing up in this. I got the majority of the dresses in a medium. There was one dress that I got in a small, which we'll get to in a second, but I would say that this one definitely came up slightly smaller. It was very short and very tight on my bottom half, so I could have definitely done with sizing up. You can't really win, but what I would say is bear in mind if you do have slightly wider hips that you might want to size up in this dress. Obviously it's like super slinky and it's got like an element of sheerness to it. The print is quite like thick and graphic, so I wouldn't say that it is necessarily super revealing, even though it has got that sheerness to it. It is a super mini skirt, and then it's got these gorgeous kind of ruffles all the way around the bottom. This little bit of material as well that runs down your leg is actually split in two, so again it gives the dress some movement, which is really nice, because obviously it's quite fitted and it's quite like tight up top, and then the skirt kind of flares out and the ruffles kind of move, and it gives a little bit of like a nod to almost like a salsa-y element, gives it a little bit of a sex appeal, something very romantic and flirty, which I think is really stunning. In terms of like the design and the detail and the fabric and the print, I am absolutely obsessed with this dress. I think it's super stunning. I just totally wish that I'd sized up so I could wear it all the time, but you never know, by summer maybe it'll fit me. So moving on to dress number 2, we've got their Farron lace patchwork dress. Again, it is a halter neck situation, but this one instead has these two thin straps that just tie together in a bow, and so you can play around with kind of how it fits on the top. It's got this gorgeous kind of soft v-neck. I wouldn't say it's a super kind of plungy v-neck, but you definitely have this defined neckline and it's almost slightly more like sweetheart, but it's just really flattering up top. The dress is a combination combination of this gorgeous kind of slinky lilac material. I think it's showing slightly paler on camera. It is a very like true lilac colour. And then also this really nice black sheer lace material as well, which you guys can see is super sheer, but it's got these gorgeous flower details all the way through. I've not seen a lace detail really with flowers that size, and the detail of them is just beautiful. At the top, the two kind of like cups essentially are double lined, so you do have like the lilac material underneath and the black lace overlay, so you're not worrying about it being super sheer up top. As you work your way down the dress, you do have this kind of like patchwork styled colour block elements that are super asymmetric. They kind of go in these diagonal random cuts all the way down the dress, so you've got lilac, then black lace, lilac, then black lace. Obviously, as you work your way down, it's cutting out in all the right places. You've got slightly more revealing aspects and slightly more covered up areas where appropriate. It's definitely got subtle nods to like more of a lingerie aspect with the lace and with the sheerness and the cutouts. It definitely has a slightly romantic nature, something that feels slightly more revealing and potentially a little bit more like sexy. I like the fact that you've got such like a harsh kind of black lace with such a soft kind of pastel-y lilac-y colour. Just this kind of juxtaposition of like soft feminine pastels with something more grungy, something slightly more sexy and a little bit like harder. It did feel really comfortable on it, and it kind of hugged me in all the places I wanted it to. Not that it was like super stretchy and super baggy, but it just fit really nicely and it just felt like it fit well. It finishes with another kind of like diagonal strip of lace, but again this has the purple lining underneath, so it is slightly more of a solid panel, and it does have a really nice kind of like diagonal cut at the bottom. Again, this one is an open back, but it's slightly higher than the previous dress. That one was definitely more of like a plunge back, and then obviously you've got the mesh panels and the solid panels all the way down the back as well. It does have an invisible zip as well, which goes quite far down the dress, so again it is really easy to get on and off, and like I said, the fabric has a nice stretch to it, so it does fit really comfortably on the body, which we love. I do think this dress feels very romantic, very evening. I think it plays to more of like your date night occasions, or potentially like going out with the girls for dinner or drinks. The lace elements definitely make it slightly more dressy or slightly more formal, but because it's kind of essentially like a cami styled maxi dress fit, the actual cut of the dress is quite simplistic, and I think you could style it up or style it down. But yeah, I think you can have a lot of fun with this dress, and I absolutely can't wait to see how I style this one. So moving on to dress number 3, I would say this is the most kind of unusual dress. It's definitely kind of pushing me out of my comfort zone. I've got the Healer glitter maxi dress, and you guys can see literally just from holding it up on camera, it is absolutely covered head to toe in these gorgeous glitter and sequin details. One thing I would say is that this dress leaves glitter everywhere. It's definitely giving fairy dust vibes. I am leaving my magic everywhere I walk in this dress. Wanted to mention that just so you guys are prepared when you take it out the packet. It is like a fairy has exploded in your room, but it is absolutely stunning. So you guys can see it's this gorgeous super sheer fabric. I would say that this is probably the most sheer dress out of all of the more sheer-esque dresses that we've got in today's video. It's definitely giving see-through. So I did get this one again in a size medium, and you guys can tell the shape and the cut is just super flattering on my body. It's got this really nice super V neckline. Again, you've got slightly thinner straps, but this one has a really nice kind of strap detail. The straps actually split into two, and then when we turn it round, there's this really interesting kind of cross detail. These ones aren't adjustable and they don't have much give to them, but they do feel really strong and supportive on. With it being more of an open back, and you've obviously got the V-neck in front, it isn't super restrictive up top, so if you are conscious about it fitting up top, you do have a little bit more flexibility there where you can kind of like make it work for you. So as you guys can see on the back as well, it is a super low open back, so you do get that really nice like open back moment. You've got that element of sexiness to it if you needed any more with the sheerness of the dress. But as you guys know, I love an open back, and it does also have a zip detail running down the center as well. This dress is slightly more of like a mermaid fit. It's super fitted and bodycon around the top and down to your hips, and then it starts to flare out more towards your knees, and it really gives you that kind of like princess moment, which I think is absolutely stunning. I do think it's more of a occasion piece, something slightly more formal and out there, but equally I think this would look stunning on a beach for a photo shoot in Mexico. You can really take this dress and run with it. So moving on to dress number 4, we've got another show-stopping piece. This is the Eileen printed maxi dress, and honestly I don't even know where to start. It is absolutely stunning. There is so much going on with this dress. I would say this is probably the most summery dress out of all of the dresses I've got in today's video, just because of the vibrancy of the colours. As you guys can see, it's this super gorgeous kind of sheer, kind of soft material that has all these different almost like tie-dyed colours through it. They are all really vibrant and really summery, and I just think it's such a beautiful colour combination. You've got fuchsias, you've got reds, you've got these like burnt oranges, you've got this really gorgeous kind of like sky blue, which is also the same colour as the lining. You've got this really slinky bright blue lining inside. Just a combination of some really beautiful vibrant summery colours. You've got this really super deep plunge neckline, and then it's got these really interesting kind of like straps all the way down that kind of cross over and almost make the plunge not feel like super plungy. It kind of covers up a little bit. Each one of these straps is again this gorgeous kind of multicolored satin material, and then it's covered with these rainbow gems, which I just think are absolutely stunning. So again, all the same kind of colors and tones that you've got throughout the rest of the material, but each little strap is absolutely covered in these gorgeous little gems. Obviously the majority of the dress is super flowy and super soft, so those elements help to kind of give it some structure, and it's just a really nice way to give the dress some kind of like form and a little bit more tailoring without actually adding like boning in or more of a corset detail. These two panels as well are really nice, and they kind of like ruche up and gather at the front, so again it gives this really like soft feel to the neckline. And then as we turn the dress around, these straps go into this like crossover detail. It almost looks a little bit like butterfly wings. So those straps come together, and then there's like a hook and eye detail at the back. Obviously you've got this big cross detail, but you also have again two little straps with little diamantes running along. There is a zip detail that's running all the way down the middle, an invisible zip again, and it's like this light blue color, and then it does have a little hook and eye fasten at the top as well for like extra support. It is an elasticated waist, as you guys can see. It has got a little bit of stretch to it. Once you get to the skirt portion of the dress past the waistline, it definitely flows out, and it's slightly more of like a ball gown-esque finish. I wouldn't say it's like super puffy or anything like that, but it is super flowy. It's not bodycon. It's got a lot of movement to it. You guys can see just from like holding it on the camera. It also does have a leg split on the side, which we love. Again, it helps to add to this whole idea of movement and flowiness, but also it makes it a lot more comfortable when wearing the dress. Again, this juxtaposition of like vivid and soft and pastels and hard, and you've got this really nice kind of almost like feminine Grecian dress underneath with these more like KG-esque structured details on top of it, and it is that really nice balance between like hard and soft, which is what I think like Bella Barnett do really well. This dress is perfect for so many different occasions, really depending on how you style it. I think it would look perfect with like really chunky wedges for the summer, and it just look absolutely stunning on holiday. If it's your birthday in the summer, it's a perfect birthday dress. I also think like you could potentially get away with wearing this as more of like a wedding guest dress. I know it's probably like slightly more controversial because of all the cutouts and like the diamante details, but I think if someone was having a really like colourful themed wedding, you could really style it out and refine it and make it feel slightly more formal. Absolutely love this dress. I really can't wait to wear it, and I think it's going to be something that I am incorporating in my summer wardrobe actually quite a lot. So moving on to the last but definitely not least dress of today's video. This is the Bella Floral Halter neck midi dress. You guys know how much I love a little black dress moment. It is so beautiful. I don't even know where to start. So again, it is a halter neck, but this time the front is like a high neck finish, and then the straps just tie around the neck, and they are super skinny. They don't have a lot of stretch to them, but they are super long, so you do have that flexibility in terms of how high you want to wear it. If you do have slightly more cleavage, you can give yourself a little bit more room, but they do feel really strong and supportive, so you know it's going to be quite comfortable on your neck. They are super long and exaggerated, so you could tie it up in a gorgeous bow and you still have a little bit of drama at the back as well. Right at the top of the neck, you've got this gorgeous 3D appliqued rose. I just think they scream kind of like luxury. They've got a really nice kind of like tactile element to it, and it helps to add to this whole like romantic feel of the dress. Again, it's another sheer kind of lacy material, but this time it's got like kind of, I don't know how to explain it, it's like a black grey sheer back panels. The sheer element of it is double layered, acts kind of like as an invisible layer, and it blurs out everything underneath, so you do have slightly more coverage there. I don't know if you guys can really see it on camera, but the lace detail and the actual like floral pattern all the way down is this gorgeous black velvet, so it feels absolutely stunning. There's so many different textures going on, and that velvety texture again is brought onto these applique roses as well, so everything feels really tactile. It feels super soft, super luxurious. So the front of the dress is obviously the super high neck with the little rose detail, and it is a full kind of like covered front essentially, and then when you flip round to the other side, again you've got a gorgeous open back detail. All along the edge of the opening as well, it's got that kind of like rubbery lining detail, so you know that the dress isn't going to budge and it's just going to fit you really nice and stay put all night long, which we love. So then along the right hand side of the dress, you've got this again an invisible zip detail that goes all the way down. It's really nice and open, and then on the opposite side you've got another one of these like applique rose details that are super three-dimensional, and then it's also got a little ruching detail where the material's just gathered to one side. There is an element of stretch to the fabric, so again it does hug your body in all the right ways, and it does feel really comfortable on. You're not super restricted in this dress. And then on the right hand side as well, there is a leg split. It's quite a high leg split as well. I'd say it's from about knee length down, which again obviously aids with slightly more movement along the bottom and gives you a little bit more flexibility. It's got that element of like romantic and sexiness to it, but it still feels kind of grungy, and I just love a little black dress. I like the little 3D applique roses. They give that little nod to Y2K again, and it's just like a lot of really interesting elements, but because of the colour and the fit of the dress, it's done in a really simplified kind of elegant manner. I think this dress is perfect for so many different occasions. I think the colour makes it super versatile. It's a dinner outfit, it's a drinks outfit, it's a date night outfit. You could go for birthday parties in it. I think it's really flexible. I also think this would be perfect for holidays. I think with the sheerness and like the floral details to it, it really plays into this kind of like almost like femme fatale versus like Dolce & Gabbana Italian influence, and it just like, I think you can really take this dress and run with it and wear it so many ways. I'm already thinking up ideas of like how I'm going to style this out in my head, and I honestly can't wait to integrate this into my wardrobe, because it's definitely going to be like a showstopper key little detail piece in my wardrobe. So that is everything from Bella Barnett tried on and shown to you guys. I hope it's giving you a little bit more insight into their brand as always. All of these pieces are individual in their own way, but Bella Barnett are so consistent in terms of quality and like details. There's a mix of like super versatile pieces in today's video, but also some more like one-off showstopper moments. I think that they really think about what it's like to actually wear their dresses. They're really considerate in terms of like linings or like any little fastened details and stuff like that. All of the dresses feel really comfortable to wear and fit really nicely on. If you did see anything you like in today's video, don't forget to use my discount code. I will pop that back on the screen now. That will get you 15% off your order. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all very shortly in my next video.